We just need shortcuts that work. We just need systems that work. We just need support. Okay. I mean, I've got VAs that'll help you do the things that you need to do. Yeah, you have to pay them, but they're good at what they do. It might be that you want to start a podcast. You don't want a podcast that comes out every week like I do, or you want to create a program with a lot of conversation in it or video. I'm here to help, guys. You're listening to me. You're obviously feeling it's a good idea to be here. So let's see if we can work together and make you even better at what you do simply because we help get you sorted. So get in contact. Let's have a chat. And do look forward to June and July. There will be a workbook. There will be templates. There'll be all sorts of things, all sorts of exciting things for you. And I'd love it if you'd share this podcast in your Facebook groups and on your pages and share it with people. Let other people know that you're listening to me. That would be really lovely.
Mentoring with Geraldine is a bite-sized practitioner podcast for naturopaths, nutritionists, herbalists, coaches, and practitioners. This podcast responds directly to the needs of you, the practicing natural therapist. We have interviews during the holiday season and business and mindset support each week, so you'll get the variety you need to enjoy and stay motivated in your practice. Don't forget to subscribe to receive the weekly episodes. And if you want to connect with me, always check the show notes because that's where you'll find the links to book appointments and, of course, to join the Academy, the membership group where there's constant connection and community with like-minded practitioners. Now, let's get started.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Mentoring with Geraldine and the Bite Size Podcast. How the devil are you? So there's lots going on. As I said last week, I've got all of this moving stuff happening and painters and, well, I haven't got a painter. I'm the painter, actually. Let's be honest. But I might have found a painter. So that might relieve me of some of my stress. But that makes me think about all of the things that are building up. And then it makes me think, I'm so behind. I haven't done anything. I've got to catch up. But maybe I'm not behind. Maybe I just need a shortcut that actually works. What do you reckon? How do you feel about where you are? Do you always think I'm so behind and you have that to-do list and you can't get on top of that to-do list? You feel that you've got to start everything from scratch. You've got to be right at the beginning. You're the one who has to create it. And yet, a lot of the time, remember, the wheel has already been invented. So when we think about being behind, I shouldn't say we, I should say you. What do you think about when you think about being behind? How do you treat yourself? Do you treat yourself mercilessly and you punish yourself? You haven't done anything, you're behind. How are you going to catch up? There isn't time to catch up. Maybe I should go and get a job in a shoe shop. Maybe I should do something different. Maybe I can keep going as I am and I won't feel as burnt out if I just do the top of my to-do list. Oh, I can't do the top of my to-do list because I have all these other things I have to do first, like paint some skirting board or something. All right. We need consistency in what we do. And sometimes with that to-do list, what we've done is we've put a really big thing there, right? So at the top of it, you've done write a program. Oh, that's huge. And yeah, I can write a program now because I've written tons of them. But my first one, you write a program at the top, and that's huge. There's so much to do. It's like, where do I start? So I've talked about writing your own program. I've talked about the fact that I have a done for you program. So it's all there and you just have to change it a little bit to suit yourself. Because at the end of the day, nothing works as well as your own program and what you're doing. Okay. So we do have to think about anyone else's program that we purchase, how much time we have to spend on it to change it. Are we going to purchase it? Or is it a waste of money? Should we actually be working with that person so that we can get it done with them? Or should we get somebody in to help us to do it? And then we go out and we buy something or we do something and then we're behind. And then we're not behind. We just need a shortcut to get to the end. And that might be that you need to break down the ways of doing what you're doing. You need to look at it and go, I'm seeing clients. I've got a client at 9, I've got a client at 11, I've got a client at 1. And I'm going to give them all an hour and a half of my time. And then I'm going to spend at least half an hour working on all of their problems. And then when I see them, if they come back, I'm then going to spend an hour and a half with them again. And I'm going to tell them everything from A to Z. And then, oh, they haven't booked in again. So we have to think about, how do we do this? All right. We only want to see them for 1 hour, not an hour and a half. We only want to spend half an hour on their information that they've given us at that appointment. So we don't want to be prepping a ton of stuff before they get to us. That's just time wasting, because they might have said all of these things in their intake form to you, and then they get to you and those aren't what they want. They don't want you to work on those things. And then all the time you're sitting there for that hour and a half, each of those clients, you're repeating the same things over and over again. I mean, I'm like some sort of a repeater when they come in. And I'm sure you're the same. And anything you repeat is what goes into a program. Okay. So, you've put 3 clients in when you could actually have 5. I personally don't really like doing more than 5 in a day. I find it exhausting. I've done more than that. I've done 7, things like that, but I find it utterly exhausting, and I just need to take a break, and then I don't want to work for the rest of the week. So I actually find it, my Mondays used to have 7, but I knew that my husband was at the back of the house looking after the children, doing everything that had to be done. And I'd already worked out how to do 1 hour first appointments and 45-minute follow-up appointments. And then I had Tuesday off. So then I could catch up, recap, do the things I needed to do. But I found that if I had a lot of new clients, then 5 was really daytime. 5 is all I can do, because there's all the morning stuff. Then there's all, you're seeing them, and then you've got all your evening to deal with as well. And I just found I'd be exhausted. So have a look at your day. Have a look at how you're structuring things, and have a look at where it is you're able to put your time. Now, I work with a lot of people, as you know. On a Monday, we have our Monday group, and it's not a big group. I work with a lot of people because I've done the job a really long time. I don't work with a lot of people on a Monday. On a Monday, on average, 6 to 8 people maybe turn up on a Monday on average. And then we go through their clients, or we talk about business and how I can help them. But quarterly, they get a 1-to-1 with me. And in that quarterly 1-to-1 is when they say, this bit really isn't working for me. And we go through and we structure and we look at how to do what it is they need to do. And when I have 90-day programs with people, I'm seeing them fortnightly, and I'm really motivating them and getting them going and coaching them to success. That's why there's the program sitting there that's done for you. So you can perhaps get that going for your clients so that they create that success and you reduce your workload overall. So with the people in my Monday group, many of them came from the 90-day program. Many of them have just come because they know me. The ones who've done the graduate program came into the Monday group, and it means that they get the support, and those people turn into long-term practitioners, because that's our thing, isn't it? We don't get any support in the job that we do. And having this support means that we don't end up feeling we're behind. It means we end up feeling that we know we've got stuff to do, but we've prioritized it. We've figured it out because we've got the answer for the client that's bothering us. So we can get on and do the next thing because we've got that support system in place. We've got some shortcuts to get there, because when our clients need something, we know that we have the system. Maybe you're using Simple Clinic or something like that. So you can type in their notes, and then you can send off their prescription to Araya, and then they get their notes. They can book in, preferably they're paying before they see you. So it's all a system in place. I use Acuity so that when people see me, they pay before they see me. All right. If you buy through my Podia, through my website, then that ultimately the appointments come through Acuity, but Podia takes the money, and I use Stripe. So these are all these systems. These are all these shortcuts that makes my life easier. 20 years ago, I had a zip-zap machine. You put the card in this metal machine, and then you put 3 pieces of like copy paper over the top. and you use this sort of handle to go back and forth over them. Some of you listening may remember them. And then that would carbonize the number through. And you never knew if it was a stolen card. Generally, people come to see us. It's not a problem. Then you would handwrite on this. They would take one copy as a receipt. You would keep one copy and the other copy you'd take to the bank, right? So these were really slow systems. It took longer to take money from your clients. They couldn't pay in advance. They had to ring you to book in. We've got these shortcuts now where they can just book straight in using the system that you're using a booking link. Or if they're ringing you first because you're doing like focus calls or discovery calls and you're sending them the link, they still have a link to use to book in, to pay you before they see you and pay for that package of appointments so that you have the system going on. Maybe with your package, you're selling them a program as well. So they're doing the job in the background. They're doing that work in the background. And then on the Monday, you're with me and you're asking me questions, because we really have to think, I don't need to build this entirely on my own, even though I am alone in practice, even though I'm by myself in practice, which many of us are, the majority of us run our own businesses, or we're in a room by ourselves in someone else's practice. So we're still ultimately you're by yourself. We need to be fully functional. We need to have like customized programs. We need to have systems that work. We need to have these shortcuts that I support my mentees to have. And you can see all over my website. So www.geraldineheadley.com, you will see all of those. You'll see tons of testimonials. And on Google, I've got lots of testimonials. I hope you're asking your clients for testimonials as well. Get them to do it on Google. So Google, make sure you're on Google Maps. We need to be ready to launch. We need to be able to create. We need to make sure that our lives are just that little bit easier. So, I mean, as I've said, that's why in July, so we're going to have a bit of June and into July, we're going to have a workbook. We're going to have like a winter reset, and we're going to help you get some systems in place so that you're going smoothly through this part of the year. I really want to meet you. If you're listening to me, I'm in your head right now. So I really want to meet you. I really want you to book a focus call with me so that we can chat and so that I can help you. You've got 15 minutes. I can get a lot into 15 minutes, trust me. And I can help you so that you don't feel you're behind, so that you don't feel that all of your life is trying to catch up, is chasing your tail, that you're unable to have a go at that to-do list simply because sometimes we need somebody from the outside to look at us and go, you know what? You've got all this stuff happening. Why don't you organize it on this day of the week? And then that other day is a business day. You're like, and it's something you think, oh, that's really simple. But because somebody else has spotted it, they've helped you out. Mentoring is amazing like that. It really helps you out when you're stuck or when you're in a funk. It really helps lift you out of that funk, connecting with people, making sure that you have programs, you have packages in place. We're not starting from scratch. We don't need to start from scratch. The wheel is already created in everything we do. The wheel is already created. I don't really think there's anything new out there as such. There's a new way of saying it, and there's putting your bent on it, your skill set within it. People book to see you because of who you are, because of the style that you're promoting, because of who they're seeing. Might be two naturopaths on a street charging exactly the same amount, and one has, I don't know, the lily pad was a big thing, wasn't it? So they have all lilies and stone look and green and all of this flowers everywhere maybe, and they wear all the flowing clothes. And the person next door is wearing a power suit, carrying a briefcase, a trolley bag behind them. Everything's white, crystal clear, very formatted. They're going to attract two very different groups of people. And both of those people are cool. Both of those people are doing the job. They're doing it probably in exactly the same way once they're behind the door, or maybe they're not, but attracting different people, even though they're charging the same, they're in the same locale, they might even be in the same building. They are so different. And you can't look at the other person and go, wow, they're doing so amazingly, because we don't know what's going on behind the scenes. We don't know how they really are working and if they're succeeding. And you don't know how alone they're feeling. because they're not getting on top of that to-do list and they're feeling that they're behind. So contact me, get in touch with me, leave me a review, scroll down on whichever app you're on and give me that 5-star review. We don't want anything less than 5-star, though. Say how incredible this conversation is and what it's triggered in you, that you go, okay, this is something I have to head out and do. This is something that I need to instigate in me to create this next step to move forward so that I don't feel that I'm behind. None of us are behind, okay? We just need shortcuts that work. We just need systems that work. We just need support, okay? I mean, I've got VAs that'll help you do the things that you need to do. Yeah, you have to pay them, but they're good at what they do. It might be that you want to start a podcast. You don't want a podcast that comes out every week like I do, or you want to create a program with a lot of conversation in it or video. Ella she can edit all that stuff for you. I'm here to help, guys. You're listening to me. You're obviously feeling it's a good idea to be here. So let's see if we can work together and make you even better at what you do simply because we help get you sorted. So get in contact. Let's have a chat. And do look forward to June and July. There will be a workbook. There will be templates. There'll be all sorts of things, all sorts of exciting things for you. And I'd love it if you'd share this podcast in your Facebook groups and on your pages and share it with people. Let other people know that you're listening to me. That would be really lovely. So I'm going to go now. Have an absolutely brilliant rest of day, whatever it is that you may be doing. And I'll look forward to catching you on the next one. See you soon.
Thanks so much for joining me today. Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe to the podcast for the weekly episodes. If you'd like even more support and learning, then the Academy is for you. Here you'll find part 2 of the herbal discussions, more clinical learning, and case studies to support your clients in practice. Bye for now.